Hi, my name is Janice Lynch, and I'm a professional psychic, minister for the Divine Fellowship, and spiritual mentor. And I get asked a lot of questions, especially this time of year, about ghosts, about beings that haunt places. And I want you to be clear about some things, so I want to give you some information. First thing I want you to know is that ghosts are people that have passed. Now, here's the big deal. Just because a person passed doesn't mean that they're going to instantaneously become a ghost. Generally speaking, people just cross right on over and go to the light, because we are light and we're drawn to the light. So the light just receives us easily. But sometimes people get hung up. What causes people to be hung up is a lot of different reasons. One reason could be unfinished business. Perhaps they made a promise that they hadn't fulfilled. Or perhaps there are people waiting for them or depending upon them, and they feel like they don't feel free enough to cross over. Sometimes trauma, whether that's a health issue, pain, or even a group trauma like a tsunami, an earthquake, or a major fire, something like that. Sometimes those distressful moments, especially if there's a group passing at the same time, people are searching for their loved ones, again, that unfinished business, where they don't feel like they can cross over because they are looking or searching for their family or the loved ones. So that can cause people to end up not moving directly into the light. So where do they go? They go to the gray place. And the gray place is just this place of neither here nor there, neither light or dark, it just is. It's a neutral place. There's very limited sense of passing of time. They just exist there. Now, the longer a being stays in that state of being without a physical form or without a spiritual form, once you cross over, you're gifted with a spiritual body. Without a corporal body or a spiritual body, the disembodied state, the energies tend to stay within an emotional state of being. So somebody that was really angry in life becomes crystallized or energized to the state of being angry. Someone who is really sad kind of molds into that sense of just being a blob of sadness. When people cross over into the light, we have the ability of communicating with them very easily. When people are stuck as ghosts, it's hard to communicate with them because, again, they have no sense of their physical form, they have no sense of their purpose, they pretty much stay locked in an emotional state of being. So why do places get haunted? Lots of reasons why places get haunted. Someone may have died in that place, and that's where their energy stays. Perhaps they're attached to an antique gets purchased and it's put in someone's home, and now that home now has this being dwelling there. So sometimes there's what we call blow-bys. They just are wandering around, they're without their body, without purpose, they're just kind of floating around. And if there is an enlightened person who is aware, your light's on, it's kind of like turning the porch light on, and that causes, when you have your porch light on, bugs appear. So when you have your spiritual porch light on, then things can appear because they're looking for the light and they need assistance in crossing over. Years ago, when I first started working with ghosts, my immediate response was to just banish them, send them away immediately. I became a little more compassionate as the years rolled by, and I learned that sometimes it's good to just help them cross over, because all they are is looking for a way over. They don't really know how to do that. Sometimes people get hung up with religious beliefs that they're not good enough and that the other side holds great punishment for them, and so they need a little encouragement and angelic assistance in crossing over, and we can assist them with that. When you encounter a spirit that is not crossed over, you may encounter one that is just looking for a way to the light. Sometimes they observe us. If you have sorrow in your life, an energy or a being that has a lot of sorrow in their life may come to you to see how you handle it. If you handle it well, they go, oh, that's how it's done, and they cross on over. They can come, and if you don't handle it well, they can amplify your sorrow. They can amplify your anger. They can amplify your fear, because they'll hook onto that existing energy field of that really strong, intense emotion. So it's important to stay clear and work through our own stuff, and that helps beings on the other side to work through their stuff. So should you encounter a being, a ghost, first step is to try to help them cross over. When you do that, you'll get a real fast pushback if they don't want to cross over, if they just want to be a nuisance. If they want to be a nuisance, that's one thing. Sometimes being a nuisance is just the minor aspect of it. Sometimes they really want to make us fearful because they feed on that. They may have fed on others' fears in their lifetime, or maybe they fed on controlling others. So by keeping you fearful, then they feel empowered. So it's important to know when to say enough is enough and send them on their way. It's important just to recognize that you have power over that, and that they are not in the light, but you are. You have light within you. So it's like anytime you turn on a switch on the light, darkness must vanish. So the more light you bring into yourself, the less power the darkness has over you. So keep that inner light bright and know that you have the power to assist others in a respectful, loving, and caring way, and you have the power to send them packing. So I want you to be aware of those sorts of things, and I hope this has been a benefit to you. Have a great day. Thank you.